so alive. Hi, let's talk. Hi, let's talk. No more, no less. No more, no less.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hi, Let's Talk. No more, no less. My name is Oluwatoyosi, and I will be your host for today's conversation. Thank you so much for joining us live. Before we dive into the discussion, this show is brought to you by Hubert Ifokonbale Film Academy, a platform dedicated to training and nurturing the next generation of creatives in film and media. If you're passionate about acting, filmmaking, storytelling, or content creation, this is definitely a community you would want to be part of. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at HI_Film Academy so you can stay updated on more conversations like this and other creative opportunities. And this is also to let you know that our training program at Hubert Ifokonbale Film Academy is currently ongoing. So if you've ever wanted to learn acting, filmmaking, or other creative skills, this is the perfect time to start. You can simply click the link in our bio to register for our courses. We're excited to work with passionate creatives who want to grow in the industry. Thank you for being here. Good evening to our esteemed guest, Elson. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for
Good evening.
having me.
Yes, such a pleasure having you here. Please, could you tell us a bit about yourself before we hop in?
Okay, that's one of the most tricky questions I get, but I'll say a little about myself. So definitely, I'm Elson Akin-Adejumo. First of all, I'm Yoruba because people used to wonder what is Elson doing in my name since I'm Yoruba. So for context, yeah, my Yoruba name is Iyanoloa. So if you feel like you want to call me Iyanoloa, it's good. So yes, I'm an actor. I studied theater act in no, okay, they call it dramatic art, but many people know it as theater art. So I studied theater arts at Obafemi Awolowo University, and I'm a set designer also. I'm an act director, and yeah, that's pretty much. I do music too, and I do art, like basically painting and all those things. Yeah, so basically that's everything about me. Yeah.
You definitely seem like you pack a punch. There's a whole lot to you.
No, I'm you.
Great. Okay, so we are diving into our interesting discussion for today, which
All right.
is streaming platforms are taking over. Is theater dying or transforming? That is our big question for today. So, diving into that, I'm going to be asking you, first of all, what do you think about this? You know, streaming platforms have changed how audiences consume stories. I think it's quite obvious now. So, from your perspective, Elson, do you think that they are replacing theater or simply pushing it to evolve in new ways? What's your thoughts on that?
Mm, all right. That's a very interesting question, which
It
I would say is actually a deep research.
is.
So the answer I'll be giving will just be on the surface, but I'll try and just give my own knowledge about it since somebody who is in both industries. And okay, me saying both industries is it means that theater and film, theater and film are different industries. They can have, I don't know, they are just two, they have the same mother, but they are just far apart. Will
Different
I even say they have the
type
same
of
mother?
people.
Because, what did you say?
They're like from the same house but different siblings.
Yes, exactly. And I will say, I think with studies, theater gave birth to film. Yes, theater
Mhm.
was the
Yeah.
advanced version. I mean, theater was the first version, then film came up later. So I would say right now, since we already have film as a competitor, then they are both separate entities.
Mm.
So streaming platform taking over. Well, I don't see it that way. I actually don't see it that way. I just feel like everybody just has to up their game. I'm talking about theater and people practicing in the theater and people practicing film. Like I just feel okay for the theater practitioners now. I just feel we have to be modern in the way we do things, and I think it has been happening a lot in Lagos. The way they do theater in some other part of the state in Nigeria is different from the way Lagos people do it. So it's more advanced in Lagos in a way, in the sense that now there's more the screen and all these things. So there's an embellishment with the live performance that this screen gives now. So I'm just saying people are trying to catch up with the digital equipment or facilities we have now, and they embellish everything in theater. So I think there's a catching up. There's a reformation, if there's a word like that, or a transformation in the theater space that people who study, people who practice theater, they're trying to catch up with that. So I won't say they are competing with film, but I would just say they're trying to well, let's manage the word competition. They are trying to bring what people are saying in films to reality. Like now we have kung fu and combat in theater shows these days. Very, very realistic, just like the way you watch it on TV. So that's what theater practitioners are trying to do. They're trying to bring what people are doing into film and still retaining the stage and theater principles. So that's my question. That's my answer for that question.
Hmm. That's actually interesting because actually, in my own view as well, I'm just also thinking as someone that actually also consumes both or likes to consume both. Like, if I really think that I personally do feel that streaming platforms in a way have also changed how we consume the stories. But in the aspect of, as you said, like replacing theater, I don't think it can replace theater. As we said, like they are two individual kind of like siblings, even though they are like under the same, like we said, under the same mother, but they have different energies, and
Yeah.
theater will have its own particular energy that film can't replicate, and film will also, I would say, also have its own energy that theater cannot actually necessarily replicate, because they just have their own personalities and just their own different vibe. But then it
Yeah.
also makes me
Exactly.
curious. Yeah, it makes me curious about the fact that, theater. Now let's talk about theater. Theater has always been rooted in live shared experience.
Yeah.
So, with what we've been saying, do you think that emotional immediacy, that connection directly from stage to um person sitting in the audience, do you think that emotional immediacy is something that digital platforms can ever truly replicate?
Mm. Like the answer I gave for the first one is that it's going to be similar to that, in the sense that people who practice, especially the actors who are always at the forefront, they have different mechanism to achieve this thing. There's a different approach to acting for screen, and for acting on stage, there's another approach. Do you understand? So
Yes, I get you.
yeah, so with this especially, these techniques, I think on both ends is actually very possible. They have their technique. They have the camera guy, the cinematographer has his own technique. He has to be knowledgeable about how he's handling the camera to pass the emotion. On
Yeah.
the stage part is more of the actor, and I think stage, that would be the first time I would say this would be the first time I would say stage is actually easier when it comes to communicating emotions
Mm,
than film, because in film it's technical. The director has to see it, the cinematographer has to see it, the
yeah.
actor may never see what's going on, but he will just give his best for the camera. So
Hmm.
that's so in a way, film acting or screen acting can be more tech. It can be yes, it can be more technical than
Stage.
theater, because in theater you already know, are you giving the audience what they want or not? You can tell, but in
There's
film
immediate feedback.
yes, you're getting the feedback in theater, but in film you're like, okay, okay, I'll just give my best and let's see what comes out. Except you are very, very grounded and you know your craft. Sure, you get, so some people don't guess it, they know what to do and everything. But placing both, I think they just have different mechanism in passing emotional what will I call it? In passing emotions, yeah. Let us
Yeah.
use that word. In passing emotions, they have different techniques, and people who deal in both practices, they have to understand how to do that.
That's actually true. I think at the end of the day, it's just about this hybrid version of it all, because
Mm-hmm.
there's some kind of emotion that I can get from theater. There's just this there's just this energy that theater has when you're watching something happen
Mm.
right in front of you, and
Yeah.
you can immediately like just sense that, oh, this thing that is happening, like you can feel goosebumps immediately. Maybe if a
Mm.
person shouts well or cries well, there's ways it can pass across to you like immediately. So when
Yeah.
it comes to emotional immediacy, I think like we said, there's some technicalities to acting in film. There's some technicalities to acting in film in a way that you would have done like multiple parts. Sometimes you can do one thing multiple times. In a way, for film, that kind of in a way upsets me because you could be going through a very emotional role playing for the character. And then you're like, okay, cut, let's take it again. So you have to like do that whole thing again. But when you're on stage, there's no cut. You have
Mm-hmm.
that moment as a whole, except maybe you're talking about rehearsal times. But when you are actually on stage, you have that moment as a whole, it's unbroken. So you have
Yeah.
just one opportunity to pass that emotion once and get it sharp directly
Mm-hmm.
to the audience. If you do it well, wonderful. If you don't, you get your feedback immediately or no feedback at all, which, you know. But for film, I noticed for me there's another version of emotional immediacy I think film is able to communicate because I noticed for myself, I'm a kind of person that when I watch films actually I tend to I tend to feel the actors' emotions easily.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if the actor is able to communicate their emotions very well, I can actually feel it through the screen. Sometimes even faster than, will I say faster? When it comes to ginger, let me just say ginger. I think I get a lot of that from theater, from stage, watching things on stage directly. When it comes to maybe things that might make me cry, I feel I've seen film build that up in a very good way. Like,
Yeah, the reason for, sorry to cut you short. The reason
no,
for that is because you're closer to the actor in screen than you're closer to the actor on stage.
hmm,
So
that's
you
actually
can see you can see through the lens of the camera. You can see the actor's eyes. You can know what
yeah,
he's feeling.
micro
The eyes
expression.
tells everything. Yeah, the expression. You're closer to the expression more than
Yeah.
the stage.
Yes, and little things pass across in film versus stage because you are
Yeah.
sitting far from the actor on a stage, so you might not necessarily see that they raise their eyebrow in a particular way, especially for some of us
Yeah.
glasses. You will not necessarily see it, but on screen you can already tell that, oh, this person is so upset or she's about to cry, and then maybe if you're a film crier, you start crying along with the person because I tend to cry
Mhm.
for films anyway. That's actually
Yeah.
interesting.
I think it's the same. It's the same thing for me. I don't know if there's any theater production that made me cry, but film has made me cry.
For film, yes. I think, well, actually, for me, there was one theater production that actually made me cry when I watched OU colleagues of mine that time stage Hamilton. I think you
Oh,
know Hamilton.
okay. Yeah, I know
Yes.
I'm a 10.
I've watched Hamilton multiple times. I'm a big Hamilton fan. So when I saw them stage it on OAU stage, I went to watch it, and I think that'll be the first time I'll be like, okay, oh, it made me cry a bit because you know how Naomi played Elizabeth, and how she was just crying at the end, and I was just like, oh, this is so sad. How terrible for
Mm,
her. I could actually feel. I felt like I had to cry, and I think that was one of the few times I would say I cried from stage. Interesting.
mm,
Okay, well, let's move on. So,
okay.
some audiences argue that streaming has made, or some people argue that streaming has made audiences more passive, consuming stories alone rather than experiencing them collectively. So, do you think that this shift is weakening the cultural power that theater once held? What do you think
Mm.
about that?
Okay. When you say passive and are you saying that they are taking something and they are leaving something out of it? What exactly do you feel they are taking and they are leaving out on? I don't want to get the right context for this
Yeah,
question.
for me, I'm also feeling that in the aspect of making audience passive, like maybe when people come together to view something, there's this collective energy, there's this collective action versus viewing things alone, not as a unit, and then you just watch and you're like, okay, next. Because I can imagine the spirit of going to the theater, you watch something live with other people, you mix with their reactions, and then you step out and imagine people are even still making comments. Say, what that guy did in that film. Oh no, this film. Oh, can you imagine this is what we talk about? Making comments like that. And sometimes you can see some little bit of social change happening in real time
Yeah.
versus now being fragmented. Everybody's now on their own different phones, watching at different times. Sometimes you'll have recommended
Okay.
a friend for months. They'll be watching it 2 years later when you're like, oh, I'm done. That era is gone. So basically it's like some people are arguing that okay, streaming has made audiences more passive and consuming stories alone rather than us experiencing them collectively. So do you think that this shift is weakening the cultural power that theater once held?
This is a very very tough question because it's very 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 personified in the sense that it deals with people. It
Yes.
deals with people because there are some people. Let me shock you today that somebody was in a lady was in stage play for the first time today, and she's in her 20s.
First time. Well,
Yes, she was here. When I said, I asked her a question that, oh, have you seen a stage play before? She was like, stage play, what's that? I said, have you seen a theater? I don't even know how I explained it for her to get it. And this lady is almost in her late 20s. And I'm like, what have you been doing all your life? Like,
what course is she studying? Maybe she's so far from the arts.
yeah, she's so far. Even if you're so far from the art, stage play should not be a word that you're new to. But it just shows. I'm not trying to say, oh, she's probably not enlightened or anything. But I'm just like it shows how people are not even aware of what theater is. But to answer the question, I'll still go back to the question. It's just to show you that some people don't know what is outside. They don't
Okay.
know what the value of theater is
Yes,
and
yes,
what it brings. If they know, they will come. Some people still like we still have a lot of theater fans out there, but
yes.
there are some people who are even there are also some people who are craving to see a theater show and they don't know where to go.
That's so true.
Yeah, so there's that, and there are some people. Yes, if so, that second point now takes me to the first point is that some people don't know where to go and they just feel like, oh, I can watch it on my phone and it's easy for me. It's Netflix and chill.
When
Let me
it
just
lands,
watch. Huh?
when it lands on Netflix.
Yes, let me just watch and do my personally me like this. I don't really go to cinemas. I think cinema when it comes to film can do something like this for like what theater does. When people go to cinemas to watch a movie, it kind of creates that feeling of what theater does. But theater zone is still different in a way. It still has its own special
Yeah,
what will I call it? Its own special flavor in a way. Because after the show, you will see the actors and you'll be like, they are different from what you saw on stage. Like their personality is different from what you saw on stage, and like you're trying to mix everything together at once instead of oh you see in a movie on Netflix and okay you close your laptop and you don't assume that that's the way the actor is. You know some people are like that.
yes, parasocial relationships with celebrities.
Yes, so some people are like that, and I feel that's the difference between. So in a way, yes, I would say it's weakening it. Yeah, I would say it's weakening it actually. If people don't, if you don't come to see theater shows or you don't even go to cinemas, then if you have a higher percentage of people who only see shows in Netflix and chill and all those streaming platforms, then I would say that it has weakening that aspect of theater. If we look at the percentage,
Yeah,
we can use the percentage to judge.
I think
I
I
hope
actually
that gives the right answer to the
yes,
question.
it's actually a subjective answer at the end of the day because you
Yeah.
know and, it's also a bit objective because in a way we can also see it. But I actually agree with you on that aspect because if you actually think about it, we say weakening the cultural power that theater once held. I would
Mm-hmm.
say actually it is actually a shift that is weakening the cultural power because you even made it clearer in the aspect that this is not about going to cinema to go and watch film.
Mm.
This is about going to theater, like to watch people dramatize. And maybe especially in Nigeria, there's even just only few options for that. The only person that comes to my head that is maybe still pushing that through is, Bola Lost in Peters. Like that's the first person that will come to my head that, oh, this person is still doing things in terms of theater. There will be other people, sure, but the fact that we cannot easily mention, oh, this person is doing this, or you can go to this place to easily access this, shows that there is a decline. And people don't even really value, oh, especially when you say, oh, this theater production. How do I say this? I feel theater now is now seeming more elitist. Shall I say elitist? Not necessarily elitist. I'm going to say exclusive. Let me say use the word
Okay.
exclusive.
Actually. Okay.
Exclusive is better than elitist because I would say maybe
Okay.
opera is elitist.
All
The
right.
opera is quite elitist. That one is for a
Yeah.
particular class of people. But now theater has now become more exclusive in the aspect that it is only people that get the vibe that no, I want raw theater. I want to see people move. I want to see people like do this in real time. They can pay the amount it is worth. Because let's not lie, theater cannot survive with 200 naira tickets, 500 naira tickets, 1,000 naira tickets. It can't survive like that. You have to pay actors. Like if you actually think about it, how do you want someone to actually do a successful theater business, let's just downsize this to a country like Nigeria, and you don't even see the value in paying 10,000 naira upwards to go and watch.
Mm.
Hope we know
Well,
that producers have to eat. Hope we know
uh,
that director has to.
let me. Can I chip something in?
Yes, definitely.
So, okay, let me go back to what you said about only Bonale Hospitals. Yeah, I think Bonale Hospitals is one of the major frontiers in theater in Nigeria, but there are many theater companies. Not should I say many? Should I use the word many? Um, yes, I can use the word many in the sense that people don't think outside Bolale Hospitals, and there are still other shows that are going on. Do you know Eco Hotel has it like theater shows? Well, I work at Eco Hotel. So Eco Hotel has theater shows that goes on almost I think last year we did about every quarter. Yes, every quarter last year we worked every quarter last year, and I'm very sure people did not really know about it as much as Terra Culture, and I will tell you why. One is influence, and the two, the major problem that I feel theater has or theater practitioners have is the network. The networking is low compared to films. The advertisement is low compared to films. And I get why that is happening, because theater, until it happens, you may not have any material, any solid material for advertisement. Just like trailer, like a movie
Yes,
release the trailer, they've done it already, so they have
they are
materials to
promoting
work
for
with.
months. Film promotes for
Yes.
years before.
So you understand, they have materials to work with and push the show or the movie. But theater, until the show is until the show happens, even when after the show happens, it's still not giving that digital platform, like a digital standard for a thriller. Do you understand? Because it's always like clips here,
Yes.
clips and all those things. So I think theater practitioners have to work with networking and publicity. I think that's a way that the culture can be revived. Yeah, I think that's the way it can be revived. Yeah.
Yes, actually, I think that publicity is also very important. And now we are actually in a very digital world. So people
Mm,
are more on like on a speed diet. I want to watch this now. I want this now,
mm,
right now. Like, so even with that, I think film also has good budget for promotions,
yeah.
unlike theater. Like theater for promotions right now, I don't think theater spends as much as the like correct film is promoting. Do you
They okay for promotion.
yes, for promotions?
Okay, for promotion, because actually it to me now right now
Or do they
it
get
costs.
like sponsors, in fact? Because there's some
Mm,
investors for film, but how many investors are there really for theater to give them that leg up?
yeah. Mm, I get what you're saying, but how will I put it? I'm trying to not really go past it out here, in the sense that with the company I work with, like, okay, we all know a hotel, and a hotel is quite big and everything. So luckily, a hotel do have big sponsors for their theater shows, like Zenith Bank, Multina, and all those things. So they do get big sponsors, and they are able to push things. But I think they've not really worked on the publicity aspect of it. Yeah, I think if they are very conscious of it, and I feel it can be, this is a business idea for somebody. If anybody's listening, they can go and create that platform. There's one of my friend that does it, but I just pray that she has more visibility. I'm just praying for more visibility for her, because she used to arrange theater shows and publicize it and give a calendar of it. Okay, these are the shows happening this month, but she does not really have that audience yet. And I hope that with time she gets that audience. So it's something somebody can venture into and say, "Oh, I want to be known for publicizing theater shows,"
Okay.
and you can do it on a big digital platform. And look, I wanted to mention this man's name, Nii Akimolayon. I
Yes.
don't know if you know him.
Yes.
If you've seen the guy, he has moved into, well, he's still doing film, but he's more of a theater person now. He did a show
Really?
last January. Is it December? Yes, December to January, a theater show, and he's doing another one in March. And I feel he's using AI to make his trailers like the trailer of the film, I be the trailer of the theater shows, because I am very sure they've not studied it before. Why is he? I'm still doing my findings, but I'm feeling it's AI is using, and it's giving that real experience, and it's very interesting. Even today, I was still like, God, provide money for me. I want to go and see that show. So you get, I'm like, I need to go and see that theater show, because it's part of what I do as a theater person, to go and see other people's show. So I believe if we have more people doing what Miyaki Molayan was doing, the way the camera, I think the edge Miyaki Molayan has is that he's into film. So he knows the way to navigate all those cameras, all those things, and every gadget he needs.
Yes, I think
So
that
he knows, yes, he creates thriller for film. One thing that's cutting theater practitioners short is that they are not into film, so they lack all those uh what will I call it? Those
technologies or
technology, yeah, technology and creative process.
hmm,
Even though they used to claim, theater people will claim that they know more than film people. You people still need film people are more around you, or you still even need that film knowledge so that you can be able to mix the two together. And that's the same thing happening with Bonale Peters. She's doing film and theater, so she can blend the two and come out. Most go and check most other theater practitioners, they don't do film, and it's really affecting the system in a way. Like I mean the theater system in a way, because the world has gone digital, and you have to have your digital what would I call it, digital skills with the theater skills. Yeah, that would be my answer.
thank you.
Tracy, are you there?
Yes, I'm definitely there. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing. Thank you so much for sharing this. I mean, it's actually a whole lot. I think it will be very helpful if there's, the hybrid. Um, just people should co-join and see how to become a powerhouse, especially for something like theater and mixing film as well. It really
Mhm.
helps to just become
And
a
I must say, okay, sorry, sponsors for people believe that people are not sponsoring um theater shows, and I will say it all depends on how you brand yourself, because there are people who are still really interested in sponsoring theater shows. Yeah, I must say that if they see you have the audience that they need, everything is tit for tat in Nigeria. So if they
yeah,
believe you have the audience they need, then fine, they will sponsor your show.
that's true. That's true. And that's a good ray of hope to have out there.
Mhm.
And alongside, this is a quick reminder that if you're still here watching and listening to the show and you're enjoying this conversation, please share this live, invite your friends, and follow the Film Academy, which is at HI_Film Academy. Also, remember that this live session is being recorded and will be available later on YouTube and Spotify on the Hubert Ifokonbale Film Academy channel. So you can always come back to listen or watch again. Once again, if you're interested in joining the Academy, registration is ongoing and the link is in our bio. Would love to have you. So, Elson, I
Yeah,
would like
I'm here.
to get your take on this.
Okay.
If now a young storyteller today had to choose between pursuing theater or creating for streaming platforms, which path do you think offers more impact right now and why?
Mm,
Hmm, that's deep.
okay. Yeah. In my honest opinion, I would tell him to pursue the two. I gave the context in the last question I answered about Bolanle Ostepitas and Nigi Akmolayo, in the
Yes,
sense that they do the two. So I think I've given the answer to this in a way, but I'll tell him to pick the two, in the sense that I've not even mentioned AI in all of our discussions, because that's another competition that we are dealing with now.
I,
Whether we like it or not, AI is the next. The way film is competing with theater, or yes, film is competing with theater, or theater is competing with film, is the way those two platforms will be competing with AI. So as a storyteller, I would say that you should learn AI skills, which is digital and probably going to be on streaming platforms. So I would say you should learn that, and also learn what they call it, the theater part of it. Yeah, but I will tell you to learn the the digital platform more because we are moving to that part. And when it comes to AI, you can have your story, you can just use your skills to do everything. Trust me, AI will still get better and it will look more realistic than what we have now. It's even looking more realistic now than what we had last 2 years. So AI is getting better. I even see some YouTube advert and they use AI, not the one that they say, oh, learn AI skill. Oh. Like YouTube advert and they're using AI. It's obvious they're using AI. So it's already going to that it's going to that realm or it's going to that phase where AI will take over and people will need to learn AI skills. And it's going to be, well, I don't know if it's going to be cheaper because AI can be very, very accessible these days. So I think it's going to be a cheaper way to make your movies. And I must also say that the reason why I would say you should do theater is that it's also a good platform for theater in the sense that AI may compete with film alone, but it may not compete with theater because
Mm.
AI film is already like a digital thing. AI is a digital thing, so theater still has its own
It's raw.
what they call, yes, its own uniqueness, and people
Yes.
will still want to have that feel of theater. Even
Yes.
this AI thing coming is going to affect a lot of actors because
I literally have a like a strong opinion on that that I even had to voice out on that whole AI thing, honestly.
yeah, it will tell a lot on the actors. So the actors now will now be looking for how to do theater shows.
Yes, yes.
Another thing, well, my director said something that there'll still be films though. There'll still be film, but you know how people are lazy now. They'll prefer to watch AI. If everybody can want to use ChatGPT to do anything, then they'll prefer to watch AI. Trust me.
Definitely I can't even say I want to trust people to let's preserve the sanctity of film and theater. No, I know people are going to betray me. They are going
Yeah.
to AI slump. They are going to go for it, obviously. I mean, I'm not with AI now. Like on my side, I am all for innovation. I'm all for technology. I love it. Well, I mean, I do like my chat GPT. I mean, we get through things and all. But I personally have not been able to reconcile how you let artificial intelligence take over raw human experience. I to be honest, I find it disrespectful to the craft personally to use AI to take up roles for real actors, like of real people, of real artisans. I don't think that is a good use of a technology that we have not even seen how its impact will be in 100 years, because I feel film is political, theater is political. It's a thing of culture, it's visual identity. There's so many ways. This is an escape. It's a building up. There's so many things that we use acting and film for as people. So to just bring
Okay.
AI, I have personal strong opinions on that. I don't think you should use AI to replace, in a world where there are so many actors that have not even seen the lights. AI to replace them. I don't know what you're trying to preach, what that kind of person is trying to preach. And I believe this could make theater. I say theater currently is exclusive currently.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will now say this could even now make theater become elitist, because
Yeah.
theater could now become elitist as a thing that only people who value high value crafts will
Yeah.
now pay a lot of money to want to see real
Seriously,
raw
for sure.
human energy. And the cheap,
Mm-hmm.
easy to make, easy to afford will be for the masses that don't care about the genuine
Yeah.
depth. And
Yeah.
I know most people, the masses, I would say, will just want to go for something. Oh, they can just easily watch this thing here, and oh, it doesn't cost a lot. But for the
Yeah.
real ones, for the real people that like really value the craft of filmmaking, they will always be looking for the real thing. I just feel they
Yeah.
will always looking for the real thing.
True, true,
Yeah.
true, true, true. I must go back to what you were saying, and I will say, okay, I think you're a bit selfish.
Yeah, I'm a bit selfish.
Yeah, let me explain. Let me give you context. You're saying AI is taking the jobs of people have never seen the daylight of acting
Of
and everything.
acting.
But ChatGPT is doing some people's job, and you are using ChatGPT. It's not when it
Oh,
concerns you, you're not saying, "Oh, I have some reservations. I have all these things." So
okay.
AI is
Hmm.
coming to take everybody's job. Look at
Well,
the graphic designers now.
if you wanted to take your own job, you'll be the one. If you don't want to take your own job, you'll be the one to stand against it. No, no. So I would
Look,
rather
look
stand
at
with my people, because personally for ChatGPT now, what exactly? Okay, yes, there are ways that ChatGPT helps in all actually, but when in seeking knowledge, actually, personally is what I mainly use ChatGPT for. I don't
All
necessarily
right.
drop drop all I need to do. Like
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah. I get
can't use
you.
AI for what they want to use. I can't police people's decisions. You get my point? But
Yeah.
in my own craft, I have the responsibility or even the personal obligation personally for me to say, okay, this is my craft. And no, you're not coming here. You're not coming here because we can use you. Okay, yes, this is the analogy I would like to give. When people say, I want AI or robots to do my dishes and my, like, let's say my other tasks, so I can do art. I don't want
Okay.
AI to do art while I do the dishes. Do you get my point? Like, you are not
Yeah, I
here
get
to
you.
take away the human part of what I'm here to do. Like, I don't want to be the one that turns into the machine where you get to do the fun stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to do the miscellaneous, the things that are the repeatable tasks, that just end up keep getting chucked out of the system that we cannot control, the things that keep on being passed by, because AI is something that works with pattern recognition. It moves at
Yeah.
lightning speed, things like that. So imagine incorporating that into moving systems, or I would I call them robots? I don't know. I don't know if
Mhm.
we call them robots. They'll call them intelligent. Let me just say intelligent beings. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yes, so
I
I'll call them,
understand.
and you can, like, there are so many things maybe in film now, in theater, that we have. Maybe there's some repeatable tasks and repeatable roles, maybe like filing something or printing of something, or checking through the proofreading of something or something like that, that AI could assist in moving along the speed of it. But in the aspect of where people actually get fulfillment from doing their
Mm,
jobs, I don't now think that is where you should now put the AI,
mm,
while you now make the humans do the backlog that has no specific, joy or life
mm,
or fulfillment in it. That's just my own argument, because I was just confronted last year with a particular, show that I just felt was, nah, it
mm,
just didn't sit right with me, and I had to, like, be outspoken about that this is not the way we are supposed to go. Like, there are a lot of
my,
thespians out there who are promising, who actually want to act, who want to just dramatize, and then you've not even given them an opportunity, and then you want to
to,
let something that just, Johnny just come, just want take.
mhm. Yeah,
So
I
I
must
don't.
mention. Okay,
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
okay, I must mention it's a wake up call for artists in general, like people in the art. It's a wake up call for you because the truth is AI is still artificial intelligence. I believe it can never be compared to human intelligence. It's still it's humans that are telling AI what to do. So
Exactly.
I think it's a wake up call for us. Instead of we trying to be lazy and be using AI, we should actually work towards bringing value to our craft. And I must mention something that my director said. Mr. Eyes in Wake he said because he is an AI person too, he uses AI to create music for theater shows and all those things. So he said that there's something, I don't know how true it is, but I think it's true. It sounds true that when AI takes up this digital movie and everything, that actors can do something. Actors especially can do something. They can create their own profile, their AI profile, and anybody who wants to use it. Just imagine a Dwayne Johnson having his own profile, and if you have to use Dwayne Johnson's profile, you have to pay for it. And it means that you cannot use Dwayne Johnson's face. AI can use anybody's face. It means that if
Yeah,
Dwayne
yeah.
Johnson has a
Regulation laws.
profile already, you can't go and copy Dwayne Johnson's face unless that's going to be what will I
They
call
can
it?
lease out their,
Piracy. Huh?
like, people leasing out their identity, actors leasing out their
Yes, yes. So
identity.
you can go and he said it will get to that point where people actors can go and create their own AI profile, and anybody can just pick it and use it, and the person will have to pay you. So
Hmm.
in a way, you're still making your money as an actor. I don't really know how true that is, but I think for a human to think about that,
It
then
is
it's
going to
possible.
happen. It's
Yeah.
going to.
So it's going to happen, and it makes a lot of sense for the actors. So I feel it's a
Hmm.
wake up call for people to work on their craft. It's a wake
Yes.
up call.
Yes, definitely, definitely. And at the end of the day, it's just also leading me to ask, like, do you see opportunities for collaboration between theater and streaming platforms? Perhaps, through film, stage productions, or hybrid storytelling formats. Do you see
Mm.
an opportunity for collaboration?
That collaboration is not what I'm sure of.
Mm.
except the person is just like I mentioned, Bolale Peters and Nia Kimolayo who do the two very well. Except we have many more individuals like that. And I think someone like me, I'll most likely be like that. So I feel someone like Hubert too is most will be most likely like that. So some of us who are passionate about the craft, who are looking at film and looking at theater as a pathway, I think that's where the collaboration comes in. It's going to be an individualistic collaboration in the sense that you are bringing your two skills together. It's not going to be a collaboration between two. Okay. I something was going to happen last year, but it was not really strong to me. I think it still happened between Kule Afolayo and I forgot the name of this man. There's one theater is very known for his theater shows. He has dreads like this. I don't know if anybody can remember the man or can remind me the name of the man. Shegun Adefila, yes, thank God, I remember.
Okay.
Yes, there was a collaboration between them, but it was not strong because Kule is not a theater person. Shegun Adefila is not a film person. Even though yes, he did some film acting back then, but his score was not filmmaking. So I saw that collaboration. I was really hoping it was going to bring out something, but it was not as strong as what I thought it's going to be.
Hmm.
If people can go and study how Nia Kimolayo and Bonale Peters are doing it, I think that's the pathway for both right now because you can't theater alone cannot sustain you.
But
Definitely, Nigeria one business cannot sustain you. But I think
uh,
people who are always being like, oh, especially theater graduate, oh, I will do theater. My blood and sweat theater. We don't do films.
oh,
The
so,
life has left that part. Oh, we have left that part. Oh, we have to do the two together if it's possible.
yeah, I
It's
get
very
you.
possible to collaborate. So I would say it's individualistic. Yeah, that's the word. I think it's
Self-system.
individualistic collaboration. Yeah.
Interesting, interesting. I mean, I actually get your point of view. I think, have you seen the show? Not even the show, the stage play Hamilton.
Yeah,
You watched
thank
it?
you. I was going to mention Hamilton at the answer of this question,
Yeah,
like at the beginning of this question, rather.
it's
I was
the
going
answer.
to mention Hamilton. You saw what Hamilton did, like how we are able to watch it, but we are not having the theater vibe. It's more of a film vibe.
Yes, but I feel that is where the collaboration, in a way, in my own mind, can happen
Yeah,
when
yeah.
people get, people were actually in the audience at that time.
Sure,
So
sure,
people,
sure.
yeah, so people are actually able to get it in the audience, and then it's also now
Uh-huh.
filmed and now goes worldwide, which I now feel even added to the cultural impacts, because somewhere
Mm-hmm.
in Africa, in Nigeria, I'm able to watch, oh, this American great story
Sure,
without,
sure.
being in the room where it happens, pun intended.
Uh-huh.
So
You will
I
see
do
that
actually, what?
you do what? Don't worry, I'll be cutting you short. So sorry.
Yes.
You do what?
I say, so I actually see opportunities for that collaboration. I think theater can lean on the virality of
Okay.
digital platforms.
Mm-hmm.
I think it really can, because I wasn't in the room where Hamilton was being shown live, but I am still a very strong Hamilton fan. Like, even till now, I know all their songs. If I get to ever see it in person, it's going to be good. So I think there's a way that they can just link up and each bless one another with what the other does not have.
Mm-hmm.
That's my own take on that aspect. That is actually a hybrid storytelling format. Something that is on stage, film it, share it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's actually possible to link up, but me, I would say people pride. Let's face fact. Pride will not allow some people to link up. Pride is
So
another problem we have as practitioners. We'll be like, oh, we know more than people in the film industry, and film industry will be like, oh, these people are
that's
archaic.
going to help in the long run, actually.
Yeah, so that will still bring me back to you knowing how to do it yourself. So
Yes,
and
exactly.
for Hamilton, that collaboration was definitely a very strong collaboration because even outside of time I was like, wait, is this when I first saw it, I was like, is this a movie or a stage play? I don't know
Like,
if you've seen Cyrano. Have you seen the movie Cyrano?
no, I have not. But have you
Have you
seen?
seen Greatest
Obviously.
Showman? Definitely, you've seen
Oh,
Greatest
definitely.
Showman.
I've seen Great. That one is obviously a film.
Yeah, but sometimes we have this theater vibe too.
Yes, 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 yes.
So I think it's something people can explore. One thing I feel like most of us we've never explored some things that we can still make money from. This thing now we are talking about is a very, very big business strategy for some people.
Yes.
But we are not ready to explore it. We are scared that, oh, we need to work. Will it not work?
Well, you never know until you try, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's also another stage play that's also used this format. The title of that stage play is Jesus. I don't know if you ever watched it or came across it.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
And do you see
This
the crazy effects? The
Yes, I
effect.
think I've seen their page on Instagram before. They even use live animals. Is it that stage play?
Yes. Like, could you
Yeah,
say
I
how
saw it.
that is? And it still managed to pass through, so it was able to still give me that theater vibe. Of course, it can never be like sitting in the audience and viewing, like,
Hmm.
viewing and everything pouring down directly. But
Yeah.
and zoom in with the camera to the micro expressions of an actor on stage, you can
Mm.
also get that energy. It just pulls you in. And I'm just like, I don't know, up theater and not film. I
Have you seen Chinese people's theater, the China theater?
Oh, well, I haven't actually.
I think okay, I will send you something on maybe Instagram. But you will see it. You will see that those ones they've gone ahead. That
Uh,
what I saw, they used live dogs on stage.
Live dogs.
Live dogs, and dogs were fighting battle. Like
Mm.
when you watch film and you have this snowing part where you see wolves.
Yes, yes, yes.
You have this where wolves are hunting human beings or something like
Yes,
that.
yes.
Chinese people created this feeling live on stage,
Like you
and
just
dogs
can,
were running.
it's just too wonderful.
Man, there's still room. I believe there's still room for theater. It's just that we are not pushing it the way
Yes, we are not
we
pushing the
need to
boundaries
push it.
yet, especially in
Yes.
our country. We are
If
still
people
moving
see
at
what is
a tame pace.
exceptional, sorry, what did you say?
I say we are still moving at a tame pace. Like we're just
Yes,
being tame about it.
yes, actually, if people see what is exceptional, trust me, they will want to collaborate with you and bring out your dream.
Yes, yes. I think that is also so important.
Yep,
Hmm.
yep.
Wonderful. So now, looking ahead, what do you imagine the future of theater would now look like now in a world where audiences increasingly consume stories through screen?
Mm.
What do you think of the future of theater?
Well, I think in a way we've answered this question, but to
Yeah, that.
elaborate, well, the future of theater, theater will have to incorporate a lot of digital devices, It's like AI tools, all those things. I want to use a show as a particular example. That's just the issue with theater. Not everybody would have seen the show.
Okay.
That's it's titled The Draw. Is a work of Shoyinka and Olaritimi. Is a combination of Shoyinka and Olaritimi's plays. So it's
Okay.
titled The Draw, and they made it a futuristic play. They said that technologies and all those things they used it a lot, even though we are still it's still limited in a way, but they were able to do what they think will happen in the future. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, in a way, we just theater still has room for the future, like a lot of things, but
Yeah.
they must incorporate it with technical technology. Yeah, they must
Yeah.
incorporate it with technology. It
Yes.
can't,
And
it can't, it can't survive. Theater can't survive without technology. It can't
interesting.
survive without technology.
Interesting. And I think we shouldn't, even write it off yet that
No,
theater is
we
survive
can't
because
write theater off for life.
can't write theater off because you
We
can't
can't.
because you never even know how the culture shifts.
Yeah.
Suddenly it could even just become a thing of, oh wow, I'm going to go and watch something live. You know how this how
Hmm.
we move on this earth, everything at the end of the day comes back in a cycle. Suddenly people
Yeah.
might craving to be in an arena where things are happening live
Yeah.
and direct,
Yeah.
and for theater, like people might actually now want to pay their money because so many things cause the shift in all this, but yeah, economic,
Hmm.
cultural, emotional, spiritual things can shift across cultures and across generations that make them
Yeah.
start creating something you never thought that they would. So
Okay.
I feel theater still has like a lot to do. like it can't go out. It mustn't.
Mhm.
Love it so
Yeah,
much.
I wanted to give an example of live band and DJ.
Okay, okay.
You should know. Okay, well, we both of us are from the same school. Imagine now, they say you should choose. Okay, I don't know if you know JMC.
Of
Do
course
you
I
know
do.
JMC? You know JMC. They say, okay, you want to do an event, choose between using JMC and DJ Tilalo. You know
Ah,
that for a second you will be like, oh, this get. What is a second? Even the whole day you will start thinking, can't I have the two?
okay. Yes, I will. Yes, I'm greedy.
Sure you get. So it's the same thing with theater. That live band is still going to be there for life. People still prefer
Yes.
live band over
Oh,
DJ. People
yeah,
still prefer
definitely.
DJ over live band. So it's the same thing with theater and film.
Theater must never lose its own essence to try to become something else. In fact, it is the one that is a source material for other things that have
Mm,
come after it, if we think about it. So it's mother, shall I say? It's mother, so it can never go out. It actually can never go out. Max is to become elitist, and only those that can
mhm,
pay for the value it gives will be able to sit. It's just like opera. Opera now we
yeah,
cannot say opera as gone out or something like. There are people that are appreciating it where it is being appreciated. It's not just
yeah,
for everybody, you know.
yeah, yeah.
This is making me remember when Bobrisky was like, I'm very special. I'm not for everybody.
Mhm.
That kind of thing. Not for everybody. So
I
that
wanted
might
to
sound
post something on my. That's your
sorry.
what?
I said that could sound elitist, but sometimes that's what it is.
Yeah, I wanted to post something on my status one day. What is one day? Yesterday, I was like, some films are not for dull people. You have to be intelligent to watch some
Oh,
films. I wanted to post it, and I was going to say it as blunt as that. I was like, you have to be very intelligent to watch some films. Some films are not for everybody.
you know?
I watched a movie, Long Walk.
Okay.
Somebody still. This one is not about. Is my own opinion. Trust me, it's not about your own opinion. If you don't have the intellectual capacity to
Oh,
understand that film, you will never understand it. Some people still abuse this movie till today. This movie Ebony Light produced. What's the name of this movie? It's showing cast play. Death and the King's Horseman.
okay, okay, okay,
Some
okay,
people
okay.
still abuse the movie today. I'm like, even if you read the book, self, the book will be worse than the film you watched. Why? Because it's not for you. It's not for your. How will
I
I
put
say?
this nicely.
Eh?
It's not for
If you are
I
not
would just like
intellectually, if you are not intellectually capable of understanding it, you can't understand it. Is it the not bad part you want to understand? They did it in the film self. They put subtitle, you know, to understand. So why will you go back to the book and read it and understand? So plays and films are not for everybody. Your intellectual capacity is really important. So I'll
you know
still put that thing on my status.
people will actually come at you
Yeah, I will say
because
what they know. I review movies on my status and I will say it. They know.
people are quite salty to film critics actually, especially in
I mean,
Nigeria. I think we don't
well,
we don't value.
I'm not a film critic like that, but me, if I enjoy a film, I will not bring a film that I not enjoy. Some I can bring them all, but I'll just push the one that is nice and I'll say what is nice about it and I'll tell people that, oh, go and watch it. And lo and behold, there's nobody that has watched a movie that I recommended and I will say it's stupid or no reach. It's only
Those the
few
average.
people that still want to disagree with me.
Everybody's taste is actually quite different. Yes, I actually
Yes,
understand.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I would say again, one can't sound elitist by saying this because there are actually some shows that maybe because I'm watching it from a professional angle, because this is my own field. I'll be like,
Mm,
okay, you come out of a film production, a theater production, and people are like, oh wow, this a particular film or this particular show was so great, so crazy. I mean, I always appreciate the effort that is put into any artwork in the first place. It's not even easy
mm,
to think and produce something in the first place. But then you're not looking at it with your professional eye, and then the audience worldwide, or it's just like, wow, it's so great. And like, there are obvious technical story and so errors in this thing. Can't you guys see that? And people come for critics. People say, oh, the films critics like to watch as so boring that of course that is what they're going to nominate for the Academy Award. Oh, it's so boring. Sometimes people focus so much on blockbusters that they forget that there are some films that they can be interesting. Me like this, I don't even want to go into the aspect of watching a film that people may feel like is boring just for it to sound smart, or for it to go and sound like, oh, have you watched already this particular book? Just because it took you, like maybe it has 1,000 pages and you're like, oh, the average man cannot read this. No, no, no. There are some things that are, you can watch something because it's interesting and it's just interesting. But I'm like, if something has obvious story issues and you are just letting that go, you are adding to the problem of not letting quality stories be told in the industry, because no matter what they give to you, you just gobble it up. You're supposed to say, oh no, this acting could be better, this story could be better, fix this production, fix this technicality. But people, and I've noticed, I saw somebody online that it will come out and bring some films and be like, oh, this film, I'll give it a something over 10, maybe I'll give it a 2 over 10. If you check the comments from Nigerians are, you to go and do your own now. You are just here to be you are here to be kinikakin. Oh, people are not ready for change, honestly. They really
Yeah.
are not ready
It,
for change.
it,
They
it,
think
it,
critic is bitter, but a critic is
yeah.
not, at least a professional standardized critic, not that you come and go and be insulting the actors or the
Yeah.
director. You don't have to insult, but you can critically analyze something and say, no, this is subpar, or this is not up to, this is not did not deliver what it's supposed to deliver. You can actually say that. But if you say that to Nigerians, they believe, oh, you are a hater, you are bitter, you are, oh, I loved it, well, if you love it, switch to another
Uh,
thing.
Me, I watch the people I argue movies with. If you are not in my space, if you are not a theater practitioner or a film practitioner, I can't be arguing film with you. There's one of my friends that will tell me that, oh, he will leave me to theater shows, but when it comes to film, he will argue it with me. I'm like, is it me that have led both medium
And
that you want
most
to be arguing film with? And I want back to what I said earlier. You know, Kule Afolayan to say the same thing when Anikulapo came out, the latest Anikulapo came out, that
okay,
they were dragging it for him. I mean, they were dragging him for what he said,
okay,
that is only he makes film for intellectuals. Yeah, I'm on that. I don't know if Anikulapo makes sense. I've not seen it. I started it, but I don't finish it because
oh,
of time and everything. But me, I'm on that ground too. I'm making things for intellectuals. My artwork, I make them for intellectuals. I'm not making it for, oh, it's beautiful or not. People say I draw marks a lot, and I'm like, if you don't vibe to it, it's not my own business. I have a story I'm telling. If you are ready to listen to my
yes,
story,
I get you.
yeah, you understand?
Not resonate with everyone.
Yes,
And
filmmakers are not.
that's the problem. It means you have no real substance.
Yes, we are not people pleaser. Why did they use that word? We are not people pleaser. Do your
Yeah.
film, be creative with it, and push it out. Let them receive it the way. You must not even have to listen to people.
Yes, exactly. That's so true. That's so true. It's theater is political. Our stories are political. Our stories,
Yeah,
they define who we are, and we are the stories we
yeah.
tell. I say this thing often, like we are the stories we tell at the end of the day. So we have to tell our stories truly and authentically, not because he says, she said, but because no, this is my own statement in the whole narrative. Wow, interesting. So it's been such a lovely, interesting conversation that even lets me, share my own thoughts, no matter how, different they were. So I really appreciate you bringing your thoughts to us. Thank you so much for being here, Elson. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
sharing.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Such a pleasure having and conversing with you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I did mention something, no.
Okay.
I didn't talk about the learning process. Like people should go and learn both platform, go to film schools and all those things.
Mhm.
Definitely, you are on the film school platform. The
Yes. You're
Ubatu Kufakobale. Yes, that's a platform you can learn. You have to go to film school. There's
Yes,
no way you have, because by that way you can even build a community.
that's true.
I used to tell people, when people tell me that, how do you enter the industry? I'm like, bro, go to film school. You easily enter the community. It's the fastest way to enter the industry now, in my own opinion. Instead of telling, oh, can you recommend me to this person? Let's go to film school. Especially when, if you're not even going for acting, people that are in the crew, oh man, please. So I forgot to mention that when we're talking about, I think there's a question that had to do with that. People have to go for training to learn it. It's not about you just going on set or anything. Actually, go for a proper training where
Yes,
they'll train you and you'll get a certificate from.
yes, that's so good. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's a very, very important highlight. It does
Yeah,
help
you're welcome.
community. Thank you so much once again for your time. So happy to
Thank you
have
for having me.
You're most welcome. So, thank you to all our amazing listeners and everyone who has joined us today. Once again, this has been Hi, Let's Talk. No more, no less. Brought to you by Hubert Ifokonbale Film Academy. If you are passionate about film, as you've heard, or the creative industry and you would like to develop your skills professionally, registration is officially open for courses. Simply visit the link in our bio to enroll. And remember, talent is never enough. You have to have structure. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and TikTok at high_film academy. And remember that this episode will also be available on YouTube and Spotify via the Hubert Ifokonbale Film Academy channel. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Good day, everyone.
Hi, let's talk. No more, no less. We got that good time vibe, feeling so alive.